Hello everybody, lcrphysics has brought you the first lecture regarding physics learning that is related to basic mathematics, where we are going to learn about the basic mathematics like trigonometry, logarithmic function, differentiation, integration, graphs and other basic mathematics which are going to use while learning physics. But the first question arises, why do we need to learn mathematics before learning physics? If you don't have the idea about the basic mathematics which are going to be used while learning physics, you are not going to understand what is happening there. Okay, physics is not about the theory, physics is about the mathematics. So that's why we are going to learn about the basic mathematics, then we are going to move gradually for the theory and the concept. Okay, so let's just get started without spoiling any more time. So first we are going to learn about the logarithmic and exponential function, and the first concept what we are going to learn is about e. You may be familiar, you may not be familiar about the value e. What is e? E is nothing but the exponential function. It is an exponential constant, okay, which you may have seen constantly used in the exponential functions, and the value of e is approximately equal to 2.7183. So let's just get moved to the second concept. If e to the power x, where e is an exponential constant, x is an arbitrary number, any arbitrary number, e to the power x equal to y, then we can write this exponential function. This one is an exponential function. We can write this exponential function as logarithmic function like this: x is equal to ln e to the power y. So just remember, if the logarithmic function is in ln, then the base will be in e. Okay, so we can also write it as or x equal to ln y. For example, if e to the power 10 is equal to, let's say y, I don't remember the value, what will be the value of e to the power 10, then we can write 10 will be equal to ln, okay, y. Got it? So let's move to the next part. What if 10 to the power x is equal to y? So whether this is a exponential function or not, let's just pause the video and think about it. What is the meaning of exponential function? Is it only e, or it can be any arbitrary number? It can be any arbitrary number. Okay, this is also an exponential function, and you can also convert this exponential function in logarithmic function. What we have to do, we can write it as x equal to log 10 to the base y. Okay, so from here you are getting the idea how you are going to write the logarithmic function. What will be the base of the power that will go as the base of the logarithmic function? Here, if I am talking about this one, this e to the power x, here the base of the power was e, so the base of the logarithmic function is e. Similarly, here the base of the exponential function is 10, so the base of the logarithmic function will be 10, and y will come as the power of the logarithmic function. Not it will be called as a power, it is called as log 10 base y, like this. Okay, and x will come as the value of the logarithmic function. Similarly you can see it here also. Okay, so let's just move to the next part. So we can convert any logarithmic function which is having a base of e to the base of 10. How we are going to do that thing? Or 10 to the e, how we are going to do that thing? So you know, you can write log 10 base y as log e to the base y. How we are going to do that thing? You just need to do one thing. 0.43 will get multiplied by ln y. I have told you earlier, if the logarithmic function is written as ln, the by default value of base will be e. Okay, we don't have to write ln base e y. We can directly write it as ln y. So the base will be considered as e. Similarly, you can write ln y, this ln y function, as log 10 to the power y. What you need to do, only multiply this 0.4343 in ln y and it will become as log base 10 y. Okay, so let's just move to the next part. You may have studied about these all things in your earlier classes, but let's just stick with the basics. Okay, then we will move gradually for the conceptual part. And right now this is log a b. You may have idea about this thing. If we have to find out the logarithmic function of multiplication of two numbers a and b, okay, so what you can write it as? How we are going to write it as? We can write it as like this also, log a plus log b. Okay, if there are two numbers, okay, if there are two numbers a and b which are getting multiplied, you can get the logarithmic function of a into b like this. Find the logarithmic function of a separately, find the logarithmic function of b separately, and then just add both of them. Similarly, you can do it for any number. Means if it is like a b c d, you can write it as log a plus log b plus log c plus log d. Okay, you just don't have to bother about the things. If something is getting multiplied, you can find the value of logarithmic function. Okay, so let's just move to the next concept. This all things will be looking to you a childish thing, but don't take it very lightly, because these all things are going to haunt you while you are going to learn the physics. So just have some little bit of concentration. Okay, take it lightly. Right now, what will be the value of log a by b? So here there are two numbers a and b which are getting divided, a is being divided by b, and you have to find out the logarithmic function of log a by b. Okay, so how you are going to do that thing? You can write it as log a minus log b. So here is the deal. If you have two numbers like a and b which are an arbitrary number, both of them are getting, means a is being divided by b, you have to find out the logarithmic function of a by b. What you just need to do, divide the numerator, find the value of numerator logarithmic function a and the denominator logarithmic function b, and subtract the denominator from the numerator. Okay, so let's just move to the next part. Oh, in the next part we are going to learn about log a to the power n. Similarly, what I have told you earlier, if the logarithmic function is being written as ln, then the by default base value will be e. Similarly, if we are not writing log base, okay, then the by default log base will be 10. Okay, so here the thing is like this. Since the base is not being written, we can write it as log 10 a to the power n. Okay, and you can write it as n log 10 base a. So the power of a, right now the function is like this one. Okay, like this. Log a to the power n means we can write it as log 10 to the base a to the power n, and the power n can be get multiplied to the log 10 base a. Okay, so you can write it as like this only. Okay, these all things are going to be used while learning physics, so don't take it lightly. Okay, keep your mood lightly, not the sincerity. So now we are going to move for learning trigonometry. Okay, trigonometry. So till now we have learned about the exponential function and the logarithmic function. Now we are going to switch to the trigonometry part, and the first one is, let me just change the pen color. So first one, you know about this thing, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Okay, can you just pause the video and let me know how the sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1? Okay, how you can say sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1? So you know about this thing, Pythagoras theorem, and Pythagoras theorem is true for a right angle triangle. Means out of the three angles of an triangle, if one angle is right angle, okay, so here is the deal. Let's say this is the side C, this is A, and this is B. A is perpendicular, let's say, and B is base, and C is the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. So you know about this Pythagoras theorem, which let us know the C square will be equal to A square plus B square. Fine. So what if we will divide both of the side of the equation by C square? A square by C square plus B square by C square. So the left hand side of the equation will be equal to 1, and we can write the right hand side of the equation as A square, A by C whole square, and B by C whole square. Can you just let me know what will, let's just say this is theta. Okay, this is theta. What will be the value of sine theta? You know about this thing. You may have, or I think so, you should have studied about these all things, sine theta, cos theta, this basic trigonometric function in your earlier classes, in your 9th or 10th standard. So what will be the value of sine theta? We can write it as B by C. Similarly, what will be the value of cos theta? Let me know quickly. Cos theta will be equal to A by C. So you can write this A by C as cos square theta, fine. Similarly B by C as sin square theta. So here you can see this sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Is it fine? Now you can explain to anybody how the cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Similarly, let's just move to the next part. What will be the value of sec square theta minus tan square theta? You know about this value. Sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. But can you just explain me how the sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1? Okay, let's just move. Can you explain? Or I will have to explain. Okay, let me explain. So you can write sec square theta as, or not or, let me just rub it. Let me select the pen. Where is the pen? This one. Okay, so you can write the left hand side of the equation sec square theta as 1 by cos square theta. Similarly, you can write tan square theta as sin square theta divided by cos square theta. Is it fine? And you can take cos square theta as denominator, and the numerator part will be like this, 1 minus sin square theta. Okay, just now you have studied about sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Okay, and you can write cos square theta as 1 minus sin square theta. So you can write the numerator of the left hand side as cos square theta. The denominator was already cos square theta, so the left hand side of the equation will be equal to 1. Okay, so now you can see the sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. Fine. Is it too hard to understand? No? It was too easy to understand. Huh? So let's just move to the next concept of the trigonometry. So similarly, can you just explain me what will be the value of cosec square theta minus cot square theta? Just don't try to memorize each and everything. Try to stick with the basics and you will get to the final point. Okay? Learning the formulas are not going to help. Understanding the concept is going to help. Okay? So let's just keep this thing in your mind. Don't memorize, learn the basics and you will reach the other formulas or other concept. Okay? So what will be the value of cosec square minus theta minus cot square theta? That is equal to 1. Can you just explain now using the same concept of sec square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1? Can you just explain? Pause the video, try to solve it by yourself. How you are going to prove cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1? Okay, pause the video. Think. Have you think? Let me explain it to you again. You can write the cosec square theta as 1 by sin square theta. Fine. And cot square theta as cos square theta divided by sin square theta. You can take sin square theta as denominator, and the numerator will be like 1 minus cos square theta. Right now you have seen this thing. This sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So similarly you can write, if you will take this cos square theta to the right hand side, then the sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So 1 minus cos square theta will be equal to sin square theta, like we have find it out. 1 minus sin square theta is equal to cos square theta. So you can write 1 minus cos square theta as sin square theta and the denominator was already sin square theta, and both of them will get cancelled, and the cos square theta minus cot square theta will be equal to 1. I think so this is enough for today. We will move for the next concepts of trigonometry and basic calculus gradually in the next lecture. Till then, bye bye. Just stick with our videos for learning physics. We will do it gradually, but we will do it surely. We will do it certain. Okay, we will not leave any concept. So till now, bye bye. Thank you very much.